Hello students. Today I am taking up the case studies of question number 36, 37 and 38 from the CBSE sample question papers 2023-24. The first case study, that is question number 36, is on arithmetic progression. Case study number 37 is on coordinate geometry, and the third case study, that is question number 38, is on trigonometry. Okay, so let's begin. So this is a case study. So let me read it out. Manpreet Kaur is a national record holder for women in shot put discipline. Her throw of 18.86 meters at the Asian Grand Prix in 2017 is the maximum distance for an Indian female athlete. Keeping her as a role model, Sanjita is determined to earn gold in Olympics one day. Initially, her throw reached 77.56 meters only. Being an athlete in school, she regularly practiced both in the morning and in the evening and was able to improve the distance by 9 centimeters every week. During the special camp for 15 days, she started with 40 throws and every day kept increasing the number of throws by 12 to achieve her remarkable progress. So the first question is, how many throws Sanjita practiced on 11th day of the camp? Now, so here before we know, let us analyze what is given. See, her first day, that means initially she could throw for 7.56 meters. Distance she can throw at the beginning, before, at the start. Then every day she increased the distance. She is able to increase it by 9 centimeters. And she joined a camp which is come for 15 days. Okay. And with 40 throws every day. Every day she used to throw 40 times. And every day she kept increasing the number of throws by 12. That means first day she threw 40, next day 40 plus 12, third day 40 plus 12 plus 12. Like that she has been doing it for 15 continuous days. Her first distance throw was 7.56 meters. Every day every week she could increase her throw by 9 centimeters every week. Okay, that was. So that means first is, so this means this is a question based on arithmetic progression. Initial, that means A1 is 7.56. The distance increased every is 9 centimeter per week. So this will be your D when you're talking about distance. When you talk about throws, the first day she has thrown 40. So this is your A1. And D, that is a difference, common difference is 12 per day. So now see how many throws Sangeeta practiced on the 11th day of the camp. So practice the number of throws. That means the first day throw is 40 and she increased it every day by 12 throws. So now let us take up the first question. How many throws did Sangeeta practice on the 11th day of the camp? This is your first question. Now let us take the solution. Number of throws on the first day of the camp, 40 throws. On the first day, she was able to throw 40 throws in that particular day. Number of throws she increased each day of the camp, that is a D, is 12 throws. Every day she was increasing the number of throws by 12. Okay. Number of days, N, that is 11 days, because we want it on the 11th day of the camp. So number of days is 11. Number of throws on the 11th day of the camp, AN, which is the an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 into d. This will be the number of throws she will be able to throw on the 11th day. So let us see, a1 is 40, d is 12, n is 11. Let's substitute the values in this question. 40 plus 11 minus 1 into 12. 40, 11 minus 1 is 10, 10 into 12. 40 plus 120, 160 throws. So that means on the 11th day, she was throwing 160 throws. That was her practice. Why she practiced with 160 throws. Question number 2. What would be Sangeeta's throw distance at the end of 6 weeks? So now we are talking about the distance. Here in this first question, it was the number of throws. Now it is the distance. Now, when you remember, on the first day, her distance was 7.56 meters. So let us see this. Sangeeta's throw distance at the beginning is 7.56 meters. So I'm just converting it into centimeters. So just into 100, because 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So into 100, 756 centimeters. That was the distance she was able to throw on the first day. Distance throw, Sangeeta's throw distance at the end of the first week. After 1 week, her first week is 756 plus 9. That means on the first week, she was throwing 765 centimeters. That was the distance. Number of weeks is 6. Sangeeta's throw distance increased each week by 9 centimeters. So increase in 9 centimeters every week is the D. That is a common difference. Number of weeks is 6. See, it is asked here 6. So again, similar type of formula. Sangeeta's throw distance at the end of 6 weeks is an is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 into d. 756, sorry, 765 plus 6 minus 1 into 9. 765 plus 5 into 9. 765 into 45, 810 centimeters. That is 8.1 meters. So in 6 weeks' time, her throw increased from 7.56 to 8.1. Okay, this was the throw on the 6th week of practice. Next, the second question had another question there. When will she be able to achieve a throw of 11.16 meters? Now we want a throw of 11.16. So when you want a throw of 11.16, that means this is your final number, that is AN. So Sangeeta's throw distance at the beginning is 756 meters, 756 centimeters. Sangeeta's throw distance increased each week by 9 centimeters. Sangeeta's throw to achieve a distance is equal to 11.16 meters, that is 1116 centimeters. This is your AN. A1, D, AN. When will she means I want to calculate number of days. So number of weeks required to achieve her target N is, but this is increase per week. That's why we are considering week, number of weeks, not number of days. Why? Because in 1 week, she is able to increase her throw by 9 centimeters. So that's why we consider week. So number of weeks it is. So number of weeks required is, that is, AN is equal to A1 plus N minus 1 into D. AN is this. So the values 1116 is equal to 756 plus N minus 1 into 9. 9 is the distance. Take this 756 to this side. Another 1116 minus 756 is equal to N. sorry, n minus 1 into 9. Subtract it. 360 divided is equal to n minus 1 into 9. 360 divided by 9 is n minus 1. 40 is equal to n minus 1. Take 1 this side, so n is equal to 40 plus 1, that is 41 weeks. She will take 41 weeks to achieve a target of 11.16 meters. Okay, next question. How many throws did she do during the entire camp of 15 days? So now it is a number of throws again. So for the entire camp of 15 days, how many throws? So number of throws on the first day of the camp A1 is 40 throws. Number of throws she increased each day of the camp is 12. That is D is 12. Number of days is N is equal to 15 days. So number of throws she did during the entire camp of 15 days is Sn is equal to number of throws, total number of throws. Okay, first day she did some number, next day, first day she did 40, next day she did 40 plus 12, so 40 plus 40 plus, so that is sum of all the throws. So n, that is Sn, that is the sum of all the numbers. So n upon 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Let's put the value. N is 15 days, so 15 upon 2. 2 into the first day throw is 40 plus 15 minus 1 into 12. 15 upon 2, 80. 2 40 is 80. 14 minus 1 is 15 minus 1 is 14 into 12. Multiply 15 upon 2 into 80 plus 168. Add it up. 15 upon 2 into 248 divided by 2 will get 15 into 124, 1860 throws. So in 15 days, she could throw 1860 throws. Okay. So this was your case 1. Clear? Now taking the second case, this is case 2. Okay. Case 2, that is the question number 37 from the sample paper it is. Tarunya was thrilled to know that the football tournament is fixed with a monthly time frame from 20th July to 30th August 23 for the first time in the FIFA Women's World Cup history. Two nations host in 10 venues. Her father felt that the game can be better understood if the position of the player is represented as points on the coordinate plane. So this is the map of that is the position of the different players there. This is A, this is B, so this other, and they have been named. See that this is the position based on this. So since it is a position, we talk in terms of its coordinates. Therefore, it's a question based on coordinate geometry. Now see the first question. At what instant the midfielder and forward formed a parallelogram from find the position of the central midfielder D if the position of the other players who form the parallelograms are A, B, C, and D. So now it's here, this is A, there is B here it is, there is C here, and this is D. So that is the parallelogram is formed is here. Okay, this is how the parallelogram is formed from here to here to here, here. Now coordinates of A is given 1, 2, B is 4, 3, C is 6, 6, and D. So since we want to find the coordinates of D, let's take the coordinates of D as x, y. Now it's a parallelogram. And since it's a parallelogram, we know that opposite sides are equal. and opposite sides are parallel. We can use that concept, or there is one special property of a parallelogram. Diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. So we can use any of the concept and try to find out. Now, Sita, this was the first question. Since I have read the question, I will not read it again. Now, just let's go for a solution. First, let us draw a figure like this. When you draw a figure, you'll get an idea. A is here, B is here, C is here, D is here. That was the way we saw in the figure. So A is 1, 2 coordinates. Coordinates of B is 5, 3. Coordinates of C is 6, 6. We have to find the coordinates of D, that is X. I have drawn two diagonals and they intersect at point O. And you know the diagonals of the parallelogram, because it's a parallelogram, we mentioned in the question also. The diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. That means coordinates of O along AC must be equal to coordinates of O along DB. So using that concept, where I'm just writing it, the players A, B, C, and D are positioned in such a way that they form a parallelogram. The coordinates of their position is given as shown in the figure. This is the position and the coordinates are given. Now, as per the properties of the parallelogram, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other at AO. They bisect each other. So that means if they are bisecting each other, that means the ratio of this upon this both must be equal. AO is to OC is equal to BO is to OD is equal to 1 is to 1. This is 1 is to 1 and this is also 1 is to 1. Because bisect each other means dividing into two equal parts. So that means the ratio in which they are dividing each other is 1 is to 1. Using this property, we can say coordinates of O along AC is equal to coordinates of O along DB. Coordinates of O, this coordinate along this line, is also equal to the coordinates of this along this. So what is it? It's a midpoint. So you can say, since it's a midpoint, x and x you add it up, divide by 2, y and y you add up and divide by 2. So the coordinates of O will be 1 plus 6, 1 plus 6 upon 2, 2 plus 6 upon 2. This will be the coordinates of O along AC. And when you talk about DB, it is x plus 4 upon 2 and y plus 3 upon 2. X plus 4. Now if you see here, simplify it using, actually this is using section formula, or you can also use the midpoint theorem, that says middle, so 1 is to 1 it is. So it is the section formula concept. Now, equating x coordinate with x value and y coordinate with y value. X coordinate is 1 plus 6 upon 2 is equal to x plus 4 upon 2. So if you see here, it is x plus 1 plus 6 upon 2 is equal. This 2 cancels. So 1 plus 6 is 7 and x plus 4. So x is equal to 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. The value of x is 3. Now y with y. 2 plus 6 upon 2 is equal to y plus 3 upon 2. 2 cancel. If I take 2 this side, it will get cancelled. So it's I just taken this, remove, cancel these denominators. So y plus 3 is equal to 8. Y plus 3 is equal to 8. Y is equal to 8 minus 3, that is equal to 5. So the coordinates, the position of central midfielder D is 3, 5. Okay? This is your position of the midfielder. Now let us take the second question. Check if the goalkeeper G minus 3, 5 and sweeper H 3, 1 and wing back 3, 0 fall on a straight line. That means these three, whether they are in the same straight line. Now, if these three are to be in the same straight line, that means distance between GH, distance between HK must be equal to distance between H and G and K. This distance plus this distance should be equal to the total distance between G and K. Using that concept, you can do that. Or suppose these three are standing in a triangular position. That means on the vertices of it. If the area of the triangle is 0, even then we can say these three are collinear. Collinear means what is in the straight line. They are all three are standing in a straight line means it's collinear. Okay. Now let us go for it. Looking at the figure, they all seem to be in a straight line. Now, if you want to, if you see the figure, let's go to the figure and show you. Here. Now, G, H, and K, these three. G, H, K. These are the three: the goalkeeper, sweeper, and wing back. All three. If you look at the figure, they seem to be in a straight line. So, but analytically, if you see, they look straight line, but let us analytically see if they are really in a straight line. So let's go for the calculation part of it. See this. Now, since there are three people, we need to find the distance between them. So looking at the figure, they seem to be in a straight line, but let us prove it analytically using the distance formula. This is the distance between. So x2 minus x1 whole square. That means x coordinates of the two players. Take the square of it. Y coordinate difference of the two and subtract it and take the square. Distance between G and H. GH. Now if you see here, G minus 3 minus 3. Okay. Now if you see the coordinates, it is minus 3. So minus 3 minus 3. There is x2 is minus 3 and x1 is 3. So minus 3 whole square plus 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 whole square is equal to between how much it is? Minus 3 is minus 6 whole square. So minus 6 whole square. 5 minus 1 is 4 whole square. Minus 6 square. Minus 6 into minus 6 is plus 36. 4 4s are 16. So distance between G and H is root 52. 52 is not a perfect square. So let us keep it as it is. Let's take H and K. H and K. Okay. So 3 minus 0, x coordinate with x coordinate. So 3 minus 0 whole square plus 1 minus 3 whole square. 3 minus 0 is 3, 3 square plus 1 minus 3 is minus 2 whole square. That is 3 square is 9, 2 minus 2 square is 4. So root 9 plus 4 is root 13. The distance between h and k is root 13. Now let's find G and K. G and K. So minus 3, 0. So minus 3 minus 0 whole square. 5 minus 3 whole square. So minus 3 minus 0 is minus 3 whole square. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 square. So minus 3 square is 9. 2 square is 4. So minus root 13. So now distance between GK is root 13, distance between HK is root 13, and distance between GH is root 52. Okay. Now, GK plus HK. These two are smaller values. So that means this two, if you add, it should be equal to this. So G root distance is GK is root 13 plus root 13 is 2 root 13. Suppose you were to take this 2 inside the root sign, it will be 2 into 2, that is 4. 4 into 13 is 52, which is GH. So all total of these two is equal to this. Since it is equal, we can say from the above calculation, we conclude that K is in between G and H. Now you see, when you add these two, then you are getting that means K is in between GH and then so G, K, H fall in a straight line. G, K, H fall in a straight line. Clear? So because it is, so here by this method we are able to give a conclusion that K is standard between G and H. Okay. Another method which I told you, that is finding the area of a triangle. Suppose these three G, K and H were to form a triangle. If they were to form a triangle, then we'll get an area of a triangle. But if the area of the triangle happens to be 0, that means a triangle is not being formed. That means the 3 points are in a straight line. So using the alternative method, so we are using this method. Then alternative method, we can follow this method or the method which I'm explaining now. So area of triangle GHK is 1 by 2. So this is the formula for area of a triangle where x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3 are the coordinates of the vertices of a triangle. Okay. So x, that means I will have to take x1, y1, this as x2, y2 and this you take as x3, y3. Okay. So let's again we can mention all that. G is x1, y1, H is x2, y2 and K is x3, y3. This will be given. That means your x1 is minus 3, y1 is 5, x2 is 3, y1 is y2 is 1 and x3 is 0 and y3 is 3. So using that, let us substitute the values. 1 by 2 minus 3, 1 minus 3, that is y. y2, 1 minus 3 plus x2. x2 is 3 and y3. y3 is 3 minus y1, that is minus 5. 3 minus 5. x3. x3 is 0. y1. y1 is 5 minus 1. Okay. Now let us 1 by 2 minus 3 minus 2 here. Minus 3 minus 2, 3 minus 2, 4, 0 into 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. 1 by 2 minus minus plus 3 to the 6. 3 to the 6 plus minus and minus. 4 0 is 0. So plus 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 into 1 by 2 is 0. So area of triangle 1 by 2 into 0 is 0. Since the area of triangle is 0, GHK fall in a straight line. We say that GHK is in a falling in a straight line or they are in a straight line. Okay. So whichever method you are convenient or which you have understood better, follow that method. Both the methods are correct. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. With this, check if the full back, that is J, and the center back, that is I, minus 4, 6, are equidistant from forward C01 if C is the midpoint of IJ. C is the midpoint of IJ. I, J. So between these 2 points, there is a point C. Okay. And Between these 2 points, there is a point C, and we have to find out whether this is the midpoint of these two. Now let us see. C is between I and J, then the distance between CJ and CI must be equal. So let's find out using distance formula. Okay. Well, it's a missed point. So if this distance CJ and CI both are equal, then we can say there is equidistant. Distance between C and J. C is this. So, and this is J. 5 minus 0 plus square plus minus 3 minus 1 whole square. That is 5 minus 0 is 5. 5 square minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4 whole square. 5 square is 25, 4 square is 16, so root 41. The distance between C and J is root 41. Our distance between C and I. C is minus 4, 0. C minus 4, 0. 6 minus 1, 6 minus 1. So minus 4, 0 is minus 4 square. 6 minus 1 is 5 square. So 4 square is 16. 5 square is 41. So root 41, root 41. So distance between CJ and CI is equal. So distance between CI is equal to distance between CJ is 41. Therefore, the midpoint of CJ, the midpoint of CJ, the IJ. Okay. So first part we have done. It is equidistant from the point. We have proved that. Check. They have asked you to check whether it is equidistant. We have checked it that it is equidistant from I and J because both is equal to root 40. Now he wants you to find if C is the midpoint of IJ. Now whether C is a midpoint, whether it's in between these two or is away. So let us midpoint of Ij. What is the midpoint? That is, add these two x values and divide by 2. Minus 5, so 5 minus 4 upon 2 and minus 3 minus 6. Minus 5 minus Ij. Okay. 5 minus 4 upon 2 minus 3 minus 6 upon 2. Okay. So this is 5 minus 4 is 1 upon 2. 6 minus 3 is 3 upon 2. So it's not equal to the coordinates of this. Therefore, it is not the midpoint. There is a mistake here slightly. Minus 6. Clear? Since the coordinates of C is already given to us, and if this were the midpoint, C was the midpoint, then the coordinates of C must have been this. But what is given is this, therefore, C is not in between these two. Therefore, C is not the midpoint of Ij. Yeah? The defensive midfielder A, coordinates is 1, 4, attacking midfielder B, 2 minus 3, and striker AB lie on the same straight line. B is equidistant from A and D. Find the position of E. Clear? Now let us see. I think you need to see the figure. Here, defensive midfield A, attacking midfielder B, striker E lie in the same straight line. B is equidistant from A and D. Find the position of E. B is equidistant from A and B. Okay. B is equidistant from A and D. Find the position of E. Since B is equidistant from A and D, AB must be equal to BE must be equal to 1:1. Both are equal. So the coordinates of the midpoint B of the join of A x1 y1 and E x2 y2 must be x1 plus y1 x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2. So what is x1? A and E. A and E, these two. So that is coordinates of B is given 2 minus 3. A plus 1 upon 2. B plus 4 upon. Equate x value with x, y value with y. You will get equating x coordinate with x value and y coordinate with y value. You will get a plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 2. A plus 1 is equal to 2, 2s are 4. A is equal to 3. B plus 4 is equal to minus 3. B plus 4 is equal to minus 6. B is equal to minus 6 plus minus 4 is equal to minus 10. So, position of E is 3 minus 10. This is the position of E. Now, we have, because we are asked to find the value of A and B. And A and B is 3 and minus 6. That means the position of E is E. So find the position of E. This is the position of E. That is 3 minus 10. Clear? Now question 38. This is, see this, the figure itself you can see angles are given. So it's a question based on trigonometry. Okay. See this. One evening, Kaushik was in a park. Children were playing cricket. Birds are birds were singing on a nearby tree of height 80 meters. The height of the tree is 80 meters. He observed a bird on the tree at an angle of elevation of 45 degrees. When a sixer was hit, the ball flew through the tree, frightening the birds to fly away. In 2 seconds, he observed the bird flying at the same height at an angle of elevation of 30 degrees and the ball falling towards them at the same height at an angle of 60 degrees, elevation of 60 degrees. Here, this is where you're standing, FG. You see, one evening, Kaushik was in a park. Children were playing cricket. So here the tree is here. This is the tree. Okay, this is a bird here. The bird is sitting here on the tree, and here the Kaushik is standing here. He is looking at the tree. The tree is 80 meters tall. Okay. Now, 80 meters. Birds are singing on the nearby tree at height. He observed that a bird on the tree at an angle of 45 degrees. This means this is a bird. He saw the bird and he measured the angle. This angle, he measured this angle as 45 degrees. A ball was hit. So a sixer was hit and the ball flew through the tree, frightening the bird to fly out. So ball hit the tree and flew through the tree. It means it just flew through. In 2 seconds, he observed the bird flying at the same height at an angle of elevation of 30 degrees and the ball flying towards him at the same height at an angle of 60 degrees. The moment the ball flew, when the sixer hit, the ball hit it. When the ball went and hit the thing, the bird flew away. But it was flying at the same height, so he measured the angle at which the bird was flying as 30 degrees. This ball hit the tree and bounced back. When it bounced back, he measured the ball where it was at as 60 degrees. This angle he measured it at 60 degrees. Here, I explain again. This is a tree. A bird was sitting on the tree. The angle from here, Kaushik was sitting here. He saw the bird at an angle of 45 degrees. The ball went and hit the tree, sixer. When it hit the tree, the bird which was sitting here got scared and suddenly flew away. It flew off in 2 seconds. It flew from here to here. And when it was here, he again measured the angle and he measured the angle as 30 degrees. Okay, this was about the bird. But what happened to the ball? Ball hit the tree and bounced back. And hit the tree and bounced back. And it was here that time. And when it was here, the angle he measured with the ball is 60 degrees. Okay, clear? Tree is here. From here to here, the bird flew in 2 seconds, and the ball hit the tree and bounced back, and it came to position F. Okay, height remaining 80 meters. 80 meters is the height. No, here bird 45 degrees. Here the bird is 30 degrees, and the ball is at 60 degrees. At what distance from the foot of the tree was he observing the bird sitting on the tree? So foot of the tree is here. This is the foot of the tree because the tree is here. This is the foot of the tree, and Kaushik was sitting here. We want at what distance from the foot? From the foot, at what distance? I have to find CB. Now, if you want to find CB, see this is the triangle. You'll have to take triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, if you take triangle ABC, angle is 45 degrees because from here, this angle formed here is 45 degrees. So you take this is the opposite and this is adjacent. So opposite by adjacent is what? Tan. So let us take the ratio tan. So again I have drawn the figure for you so that it is quite clear. Now, at what distance from the foot of the tree was he observing the bird sitting on the tree? So what is the thing? As I told you, you need to take C is the position from where Kaushik is watching the bird sitting on the tree. Okay. C is the position from where, see here, this is the position. From here, Kaushik is watching the bird sitting on the tree. On the tree AB. Tree is AB. CB is the distance from the foot of the tree to the point where he is observing it. So CB is the distance from the foot of the tree to the point where he is observing the bird. So you have to find this distance. And this distance is known. So since this is known and this you have to find, with respect to this angle, this is an opposite side and this is adjacent side. So opposite upon adjacent is tan. So you can take tan of 45 degrees. So in triangle ABC, angle ACB is 45 degrees. 45 is a mistake. ABC is 45 degrees. So tan 45 is opposite upon adjacent. Opposite is 80. Adjacent is BC. BC. This is our adjacent side. So tan 45 is what? 1. 1 is equal to 80 upon BC. So BC is equal to 80 meters. That means Kaushik is sitting at a distance of 80 meters away from the foot of the tree. How far did the bird fly in the mentioned time? Bird flew from here to here in 2 seconds. So I have to find this distance. To find this distance means the bird is now here. It is making an angle of 30 degrees. You know this is 80. You find the full length. And when you find this full length and subtract BC, what we have calculated here, this is the distance the bird has flown in 2 seconds. So how far did the bird fly in the mentioned time? Mentioned time is 2 seconds. So again we go for tan only, opposite of mentioned time. The bird flew from A to D, which is equal to BE. So angle DCE is 30 degrees. So tan 30 is opposite upon adjacent 80 upon CE. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. is equal to 80 upon CV, cross multiply. CE is equal to 80 root 3. 80 root 3 value is 1.73. So 80 into 1.73 is 138.4 meters. This distance C to E is 138.4 meters. BE. BE is equal to CE minus CB. CE minus BC. So 138.4 minus 80 is 58.4 meters. So the bird flew 58.4 meters in 2 seconds. The bird flew 58.4 meters in 2 seconds. Yeah. Or there's another question here. After hitting the tree, how far did the ball travel in the sky when Kaushik saw the ball? The ball hit the tree here and it traveled in this distance. F into A, FA. This is the distance the ball traveled. We have to find that. We have to find this distance where it has traveled. Yeah. So using this triangle, that is tan 60, you calculate CG. Then BC minus CG is the distance the ball has traveled. Distance the ball traveled after hitting the tree is FA. This is the distance which is equal to GB. This distance is equal to this. Therefore, angle FCG is 60 degrees. Angle FCG is 60 degrees. Therefore, tan 60 is equal to 80. This is 80. 80 upon CG. Tan 60 is root 3. So 80 upon CG. So CG is equal to 80 upon root 3. So BG. This distance BG is equal to BC minus CG. BC minus CG, that is 80 minus 80 upon root 3. So that is 80 bracket, we can take out common, 80 bracket 1 minus 1 upon root 3 meters after hitting the tree. So the ball traveled 80 bracket 1 minus 1 by root 3 meters after hitting the tree. This is the clear? Hope you have understood. Our next question. What is the speed of the bird in meters per minute if it had flown 20 meters, 20 point bracket root 3 plus 1 meters? So this is the distance the bird have flown. Okay. Then we have to find what is the speed of the bird in meters per minute if it had flown. This is the distance. So now let us see. What is its speed? Speed is equal to distance upon time. What is the distance? Distance is 20 bracket root 3 plus 1 upon. This is the distance and time is 2 seconds. 1 second. We want it in minutes, so convert that second into minutes. So 2 divided by 60. Okay, 2 divided by 60. The denominator goes to the numerator and it will be 20 bracket root 3 plus 1 into 60 upon 2. 2 and 20 you cut it, it will become 10. So 60 into 10 is 600 root 3 plus 1 meters per minute. This is the speed of the bird if it had flown this much in 2 seconds. Here, you, you have liked it, you have understood the thing and you have understood the way I am explaining it. Please subscribe for this. Subscribe it, hit the like button and share it with your friends. Yeah. So that is what we clear.